Now look, who doesn't love Chinese food from the mall? To me, it's always been one of my favorite things. You walk by, they have a little piece of chicken on a toothpick to give to you. You try it, and you're instantly hooked. But on a low carb or keto lifestyle, that stuff's a thing of the past, right? Not anymore. Today on Southern Keto, I'm gonna show you how to make a fried rice that's low carb, and of course it's cauliflower rice, but I add a lot of ingredients to it that make it taste absolutely perfect. I don't know of a better substitute than cauliflower rice, especially if you cook it right. But the main thing that I'm excited about is a honey chicken, just like what they give you on the stick at the mall. It uses my keto honey and a lot of other great flavorings that you're gonna love. So let's talk about that right after this. Food court Chinese is always a classic. I mean, back when they had malls, a lot of them are disappearing. But anyway, they still got the restaurants in them. That's one thing that hasn't changed. So anyway, let's get our food court on, go into the kitchen. Now I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to put together this honey chicken with fried rice. The first thing you're gonna need for this honey chicken is some chicken breasts. Now this is about 1.5 pounds. Get yourself 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of it. The next thing you're gonna need is some salt. Now this is gonna be to taste. I think I used about a good couple teaspoons in mine. You're gonna need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. This is gonna help make this chicken real tender using this technique. And at least for mine, I'm gonna use some arrowroot powder. You just need enough to coat the chicken real good. So you're not using a whole lot in there. And if you don't use arrowroot powder or you wanna cut the carbs a little bit, check out Chris Cook in Nashville's velveting technique. I'll link that video down in the description. First thing you're gonna do with your chicken is just cut off all these little pieces, trim it up as much as you can. And this velveting technique is gonna make this chicken nice and tender, so you wanna make sure that you trim that chicken up real nice. Now that you got that chicken lean and mean, you gotta look at it. See those little lines right there? That's the grain of the chicken. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this right along the grain into little strips. And don't just do one of them, you gotta do both of them. So just watch that line there and cut this one up into pieces along the grain also. Now once you got your little chicken strips there, just take that cutting board and turn it around this way, and we're gonna go against the grain now. So this, along with the baking soda and the technique we're gonna use, is gonna help make this really, really tender, just like you'd find in the mall. Now once you got that chicken cubed up proper, it's time to break out the old yellow mixing bowl and just dump that chicken right into there so we can do our velveting technique.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
So just sprinkle your baking soda all over that cubed up chicken, and then sprinkle your salt over the top. And then sprinkle it down proper with some of this arrowroot powder. Now you don't need a whole lot. If you use 1/4 cup of it, it's got like 26 grams of carbs or something, so don't go crazy. Just use a tablespoon, just enough to get it coated pretty proper. If you need to add a little more, but this is what it should look like when it's ready. Now we're just gonna throw this in the refrigerator until we can't stand it any longer. But you at least need to leave it for 25 minutes. Preferably a couple to 3 hours is better, but hey, you do you. Now we're gonna need a 2-pack.
It's just me against the world.
No, a 2-pack of cauliflower rice. Y'all silly. You're gonna need this for the fried rice we're gonna make while the chicken is sitting there and getting happy. You're gonna need a teaspoon, maybe 2, of this Magic Baker's blend or whatever your favorite keto-friendly sweetener is. You're gonna need 4 or 5 tablespoons of a soy sauce. Now this is coconut aminos because I don't do soy, but if you do, you can use soy sauce, would work just fine. You're gonna need about a teaspoon of rice wine vinegar. I ain't even gonna cut that out. Rice wine vinegar is gonna give it a great taste, but if you can't find it or you don't have it, then don't worry, you can substitute something else instead. This next ingredient you definitely can't substitute. You're gonna need some ginger, about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons, depending on how ginger-y you like it. But this gives it the backbone for all its flavor, so you definitely want it. The next thing you'll need is some garlic. I use about a tablespoon of this myself, but Depending on how much you like garlic, you could put a little more or a little less. It's up to you. You'll need about a 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, depending on how spicy you want it. And you're going to need 2 eggs because we're making some authentic fried rice. Well, other than the authentic rice part. And you'll need a teaspoon or so of some good sesame oil. I use this to get that great sesame background, but if you don't have any, you can leave it out, but I wouldn't. You'll need yourself a good pinch of Redmond's Real Salt or pink Himalayan salt for the eggs in there. And you're going to need some sesame seeds, if you like sesame seeds. If you don't, you could leave them out or substitute some slivered almonds in there for them. Hey, whatever you want to do, this is totally customizable. Now it's time to wok and roll. So I've got this hex cloud wok, and I'll leave a link to that down in the description if you're looking for a great one. I'm just going to add a little bit of avocado oil in there to start frying up this egg. Now I've scrambled those eggs up. I'm going to pour it right into the wok over about a medium heat. Then I'm going to take my little wooden stir thingy and start scrambling these things up. And I didn't salt them beforehand, so I'll just go in now with a little good pinch of salt in there. And just scramble these things up real good till they're nice and cooked so we can move on to the next part. Once you got them all cooked the way you want them, we'll just take them out, put them on a plate, set them to the side so we can start this rice. So just throw a good splash of some more avocado oil in there. You don't really want to use that sesame oil because it'd be too sesame-y. So just use a good neutral oil like this and let it get nice and hot. Once it's nice and hot, it is time to put the cauliflower rice in. Now, one thing about cauliflower rice, you want to cook all the moisture out of it to begin with to get rid of some of that cauliflower flavor. So just let it sit in there and cook for a little bit. You don't want to go messing around with it because it needs to really fry. So I'll just go ahead and add in a couple of other ingredients. I'll go ahead and add my garlic in and some garlic juice too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And then we'll go in with the ginger. Now this is really a matter of taste, but the more ginger, the better. Next, I'm going to add in my liquid aminos or soy sauce, whatever you're using. I'm going to add in my red pepper flakes, my sweetener, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Why not? If it don't smoke like that, you ain't doing something right. I hope you're enjoying this honey chicken and fried rice video. And if you want to see more things like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the bell next to it, and anytime I do a new video, you'll know all about it. Now it should be smoking hot, so go ahead and start stirring it up like that and get it nice and fried. At this point, I like to just take it, kind of flatten it out, get it nice and along the bottom right there for that heat, and then just sit it there and leave it alone for a little bit. And while it's sitting there getting nice and happy, you can take some of that sesame oil and just give it a nice little drizzle for the flavor there. See it popping in there? It's frying up from the bottom. You want to try to get as much of that moisture out as you possibly can. I'm going to add in my rice wine vinegar and give it a good stir. We'll get all those liquids in there so that they can evaporate out and fry up proper. I'll also go ahead and add the eggs back in at this point, just so everything's in there. We don't want much liquid after this, so just give it a nice stir, chop them, and let's get her done. Now once you've got it fried as much as you want it, you can go ahead at that point and take it off the heat and set it to the side so we can work on the chicken. Now you just can't have honey chicken without a honey sauce, right? So we use about a 1/2 cup of my keto honey. I'll put a link to that up top and down in the description for you, or just use your favorite store-bought keto honey. The next thing you're going to need is some coconut aminos or soy sauce, just depending on what you like. You'll need 2.5, maybe 3 tablespoons of that. And you'll need some sesame oil, 2 tablespoons of that as well. This gives it that authentic taste, just like you find in the food court at the mall. You're going to need some sweetener. Of course, I love that Magic Baker's, so that's what I'm going to use, but you'll need about a 1/2 tablespoon to 2 teaspoons of that. And then you'll need a tablespoon of these sesame seeds. Now, again, if you don't like sesame seeds, you don't have to use them, but hey, it ain't going to be authentic if you don't. And you're going to need some xanthan gum to thicken it up a little. You know, this is one of my favorite thickeners. You've probably got some already if you've made any of my other recipes, and you'll need a teaspoon of it. And then we're gonna go in with some garlic. About 2 teaspoons. I probably use closer to a tablespoon, but hey, ain't no vampires around here. That's a fact. And some rice wine vinegar. 2 teaspoons of it. We used it earlier. We're gonna use it again because I think it brings a great flavor to it. And then if you got it, add a little bit of cooking sherry in there. I really like this for a lot of things. I don't use it nearly enough. 2 teaspoons of that, or you could use red wine vinegar, either way. Since my yellow mixing bowl is occupied by chicken, I'm just gonna add 3/4 of a cup of water into this light green mixing bowl. And then I'll just add in all the ingredients that we just talked about. And just make sure you mix it up properly. We are almost there and we're gonna be eating good tonight. So just add a little bit more avocado oil right into that wok. And we're gonna fry up some chicken. After that oil gets nice and hot, just dump your chicken in there. And what you wanna do is make a nice flat layer and then leave it alone for a little bit. It needs to brown up on one side before you go in there messing with it. And once you've left that chicken in there by its lonesome for about 4-5 minutes and you think it's getting brown on one side, go ahead and check it out and see. If it is, go ahead and flip it over so it can brown the other side. And once you got it as brown as you want it, you got to find somebody with some pretty pink nails to take it out and put it in a bowl to set it aside. Oh man, we are almost there. Go ahead and take your honey sauce, put it right inside that wok, and get that thing smoking hot so that we can reduce down all of that water out of it and concentrate all those flavors and get it nice and thick for this chicken. Once it's thickened up, go ahead and dump all that chicken right into it. Oh man, I am telling you, we're gonna be eating good tonight. Just mix it up real good till it gets ooey and gooey and delicious. And I'll just serve it in a bowl right on top of some of that beautiful keto fried rice. If you've been missing some mall food, but you definitely hadn't missed the sugar and all the crap ingredients, here you go. This one's for you. Hey, thanks to each and every one of you that have bought me a coffee or signed up for a YouTube subscription. I'm gonna put a couple recipes over here I think you're gonna enjoy. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next video.